I'm filming this video when you are not seeing my face and on my professional camera because I don't know how many views this is gonna get. And also, I'm getting over a cold, so I just don't feel like showing my face on camera. But YouTube boxing, my God, it has gone through a lot in the past couple of days. We got the Nissan Gibb drama. We got the KSI and Dillon Danis drama. We got Jake Paul versus Timmy Fury coming up. I'm just going to talk about these three stories in a short enough video where it's not over 5 minutes so you guys can get my thoughts and opinions on it, even though most people have already given their thoughts and opinions on it. So with KSI versus Dillon Danis, obviously we've seen Dillon's footage, and again, I'm probably not the first one to say this, but Dillon did not look great in the pad work we got. Stiff, very limited head movement, just not at all at the level of KSI, but all MMA fighters are going to be like this, so I don't know why anyone's surprised. Anyone saying that he's trolling or he's just doing this to kind of catch KSI off guard, well, you said that about Ben Askren, and then this happened. So I don't think that's the case. I think Dillon's just not a good boxer. I will say he's better than Askren, but I mean, Ben Askren is such a low level that, like, you don't have to go up that high. So that's my opinion on that. But what I will say is that I am looking forward to this fight. It's very entertaining, even though I'm not a huge fan that the fight happened and was made. But now the fight might get canceled because Dillon Danis said that there was a weight contract thing, whatever the term is. I'll put it up there. And he said that might make him pull out of the fight. And a lot of people have been saying Dillon's gonna pull out. And I come from the opinion that MMA fighters never pull out of fights and that Dillon was never going to, but now he might. And then Mams Taylor came out saying that he would take away the weight advantage or the weight disadvantage for Danis. And I honestly have to give Mams props for this because I made a video back in November when this fight was announced saying I don't trust Mams and Kyle. I still think they're sketchy, but I will say I have to give respect to Mams for allowing the contract to be renegotiated when this normally doesn't happen, and it really goes to show that KSI is about it. So I'm very happy that Mams did this, and he definitely has my respect back in a little bit, and I have a little bit more confidence in Mams, but I still am a little bit unsure. But again, I felt that decision was very ballsy and gutsy, and the fact that he was willing to go on IFL TV, I think, and show his side of what was going on and really talk about the weight and the contract, which is something that Jake's team and Jake himself has never done, really goes to show that they have nothing to hide and they aren't as sketchy as maybe Jake is. We don't know that, but again, it's just transparency and communication, and it just goes to show that they are about this and that they're not hiding anything. And so that definitely makes me feel better about the team and what they plan on doing with KSI. And it was confirmed that Fournier would be KSI's replacement fight. I honestly hope that Dillon does pull out because I think Joe is a much better fight for JJ. I think he's ready for Joe. But again, to go from Swarms and Pinata to Joe is a huge jump, but it's one that I think KSI can easily get through. Well, not easily, but I think he can get through it. So let's hope and pray, if you're religious, that Dillon pulls out. But at the same time, I kind of don't want Dillon to pull out because I think Dillon has brought a lot of hype to the fight, especially with his interview with Ariel Helwani. And people really want to see Dillon get knocked out, so I do kind of want that fight to happen. And it is weird that a fight that I really don't like, I kind of want to have happen now, but mainly just because I want to see Dillon get what he's due. So hopefully that fight does take place, but that's my opinion on that. Then we have Jake Paul versus Tommy Fury, and Frank Warren said that this fight is almost going to be signed and confirmed. We've heard this multiple times. I won't believe that this fight happens until Tommy and Jake are in the ring and the bell tolls. Maybe it's on Global Titans. I think it might be on Global Titans, but hopefully this fight does happen. I do think Jake's going to win this fight. I don't know how, because Tommy should win this fight. It's going to be a competitive fight, and Tommy, I think, will have a better chin and a better showing than people think. But I just feel like Jake's going to beat him because it's just meant to be, you know? And I think the same thing with KSI. KSI and Jake should lose to Joe and Tommy, and they could. But I just think KSI can only lose to Jake, and Jake can only lose to KSI, and they're not going to lose before they get to each other. Last story, Gibb versus literally all of YouTube boxing. this has been going on for a while, where Gibb was, I think, offered, like, 5,000, or not 5,000, like, under 100K, I think, for a fight, and he basically released a video today saying, I have an offer for 250 or 280, from Misfits, and then multi-million from other promotional companies, and how everyone wants to sign him. And I actually rewatched Austin versus Gibb, and Gibb deserves to be the A-side. He is one of the most valuable fighters, and he should be getting paid multi-million. So if he wants to go and fight for another promotional company, it's going to get bad pay-per-views. It's not going to sell well, and he'll probably have a pretty low opponent, but he deserves the multi-millions. But after that, he really should go to Misfits, because he's thinking small picture versus bigger picture. Because bigger picture is going on Misfits, fighting Slim, and with each fight, his pay will get increased and increased. And he has not proven to sell good pay-per-views or get in attendance and good people in the stands. So he needs to prove that he is a draw. We know that, but we need that final proof, and that's mainly for the promoters and for the people that are paying him. And if he gets a knockout like Slim does, and he brings in people to the event, his pay will go up. And if it doesn't, then yes, Gibb should walk and we blame Misfits. That's totally fair. But that hasn't even happened yet. And then Slim confirmed Gibb was offered 300K to fight him. 300K. 200K less than Tyron Woodley, who is a UFC champion. So I really cannot side with Gibb. I think he does have a bit of an ego. Can he be a lot of the happy fight punchers, the happy punch fighters like Slim, Poppy? I think he can. I think Poppy is his biggest threat, but I think he can beat Slim. But Slim could beat him. I don't think it's because he's scared. I just think he's allowing money and the kind of political things that makes boxing so bad. He's bringing that into the YouTube scene, and I really hope Gibb reconsiders this. And I feel like Gibb is kind of taking away his wins from Taylor and Austin, because Taylor didn't have enough experience, hadn't had as much fights as Gibb, choked under the pressure. Someone like Slim or Poppy wouldn't have that. And Gibb was bigger than Taylor, and he was bigger than Austin. I think Austin, boxing-wise, proved that he was kind of maybe even a little bit better than Gibb, or on the same level as Gibb, because he knocked him down. He dominated the first 2 rounds, but because of his inexperience, he went for the uppercut. But Gibb was bigger than Austin. So now you're starting to make me start to see caveats in your past 2 fights. And you fought someone that was half blind. So again, this goes to show that I'm not biased, because I literally will say this about Jake Paul. I said this about KSI, and now I'm saying this about Gibb. Is when they refuse to have the fights, it discredits your wins, because it's like, well, it's not like you fought the best of the best. Because Poppy, Slim, they are the best of the best. And it's very similar to Tyson and Usyk. You know, Tyson did beat Wilder, but we need that Usyk fight. Just like we need the Slim fight. So hopefully y'all understand what I'm saying. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace.